Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Hey traders, welcome to today's market update time. We're going to be looking at the markets today. I've got a few things I want to cover with you. And I also want to share with you a powerful pattern that's forming in all the indices right now that could be telling us we're getting ready for a nice big move or a nice move to the upside, breaking new highs and a continuation on the upside on the indices. Silver and gold have been selling off quite well as well too. Also a bit of a Bitcoin update as well, and I'll be just sharing that with you. So I hope this really helps you out, guys. Guys, if you haven't done so yet, then grab this my trading course, my brand new trading course for $7. You can see the link in the description. Or if you just want to grab a free trial to the Master Trader Lab, you can do that, and you can lock in a low price right now of just $6.99 per month, and you can cancel anytime. So click on that link in the description. So right now, silver and gold, right? They're selling off real strong, and I'll get to those first. So let me just do this here. So we can see what's happening. We can see what's happening here right now when it comes to silver and gold, and this is something that I've been trying to help a lot of people out when it comes to these markets. Is that FOMO is the worst thing. For the last month, we've been hearing FOMO, get in now, ging. No, wait, be patient, okay? The number one thing that's so important for you is be patient. Looking at these markets right now, okay, let me just bring up this one. No, not that one there. This one right here. All right, cool. So let me bring up, say, the 3-month view here for a minute. All right, so I'm going to look at silver here for a minute, okay? So right now, silver has been making high, low. But as you can see, right, look at the moving average. See how it's flattening out, and see how we just sort of, this is now a lower high, okay? So this is now a lower high in the markets. So who is going to take control here? Now, guys, on this scheme, what I'm talking about here right now is the very short term, okay? Long term, if I look at those weekly charts and I bring up my funky dunky trend lines, that's right, that's what you call them, the funky dunky trend lines. This is probably going to be a very short-lived pullback, guys, okay? Now, short-lived pullback, in the big scheme of things, it may be a few months pullback, all right? But that few months pullback, we may get down, we may have a nice lower high through here, okay? So we have a nice lower high through here, and then we have a breaking of the low through there. So is it going to be breaking of the low? Even if it does break up the low, then I don't see this being a complete trend reversal. What do I see this thing? I see this thing as just being a nice downward movement. So right now, it's struggling with momentum, and that was actually to be expected. We've already gone through a big run, and most runs in the markets, or runs, most times you will see a market move in 3 major stair steps, okay? So you have the one here, which is the floor, stair step 1, stair step 2, stair step 3. Stair step 3 is generally the very last stair step in the move. And as you can see, this was actually this was a 4th stair step. So generally what I love to trade when the market hasn't been doing nothing, and then we start the first and the second stair step. I love getting my trading set up around these times here. 3 and 4 is lower probability, and so on and so forth, right? So that's what we're looking at there. So now we're just sort of flattening out through here. So guys, just be patient, okay? Just be patient. If you haven't gotten silver and gold yet and you want to get in, there's going to be plenty of time, okay? So, and same for this is, what am I looking at here? Gold, right? So same for gold. Let me just bring up the GLD here. Let's actually just bring up the gold. Let me go to the 3-month view here. 3-month view. So you can see what's happening here right now as well too, right? Gold really struggling. It's not really much going on. We're sort of just going sideways. We have definitely on that short term, what do we have here? We have that support level going through there. We have this resistance level going on up through here as well too. So just a sideways movement. No one really in control in the short term. So it's probably going to continue this phase here for quite some time, guys, until this moving average catches up. And then once that happens, then we're probably likely to see a move back to the upside. So we may get a short-term breakdown, but the exact same thing like with gold, okay, or like with silver. If the pullback does happen and we do get a break of this support level, it's probably only going to be very short-lived because that weekly chart is very strong on the upside. And this is just a nice pullback in the overall markets before we possibly see a nice move back to the upside, okay? So that's what we're looking through there. I want to share something with you that yesterday I talked about how that be careful of this, of the GDX and GDXJ, because, and for you guys that watched my video yesterday, you'll be able to see this. I said that the market's made a lower low, so we could be forming some sort of lower high here soon. I didn't know it was going to make a lower high, but it's starting to form that right now. Now, even if this does make a lower high once again, guys, and we start this sort of action, it's probably going to be very, very, very short-lived. And also looking at the GDX, same sort of thing, right? Lower low, lower high. If we bring up those longer term charts, again, probably just a bit more sideways movement, and then we're probably likely to start to see a nice move up. But guys, if you're a trader, when you mean you're active, you're getting in, getting out, wait for your setup. Just wait for that setup, that whatever you believe in, okay? You know, and if you're an investor, then wait for a nice decent pullback and then get in, and don't try and time the top or the bottom and like that. Just wait for a nice decent pullback. And then try to jump in and hold it for about 5 or 10 years, because it's probably going to take that long for this overall bull market in gold to form. Okay, so we're probably going to the way this bull market's going to form. It's like any other bull market. Okay, it's going to go for a run for maybe for a few months, and then we're going to have a backing pattern or a pullback for a month or two. Okay, it's going to go down and all that sort of stuff. Doesn't mean change trend, and then so on and so forth. Make sense? So let me bring up now the Dow Jones. I want to share something with you here. So looking at the Dow Jones, I brought up this chart here because I really want to share something with you. The way the market is always giving us some sort of clue on buyers, sellers, and whether the buyers are really starting to heat up a lot more and they're ready to start taking control more than they have in the past, and when they're not. Okay, so let me explain what I mean here in a bit more detail. I obviously do a lot of intraday trading myself. Okay, I do day trading. I trade the daily charts on the stock market, and I have my scans and all that sort of stuff. And you know, so do my private clients, and so I actually set up scans that I can look at the daily chart and look for potential trades that day. So I trade. I get in on the daily chart and I hold it for a few months. Okay, for a few weeks. Few days up to a few weeks, okay? But I also do intraday trading, where I do the 2-minute charts, 5-minute charts. I trade 6 major forex pairs. I trade oil. I trade, the S&P 500 futures, gold, stuff like that, right? Even Bitcoin and the DAX and stuff like that. Okay, so I trade them. I'm very, very active in trading those. What I mean by active is simply that I'm waiting for my setup. That's what I mean by active. So. And I select my time to doing that. Now, the reason I'm bringing that up is because the chart I'm about to bring up to you right now is a chart of the daily chart. A chart of an hourly chart of the S&P 500. Right? So this is the future. This is what you're looking at right now is my stock trading platform, or my stock market charting platform, which is TC2000, by the way, if you're wondering what this is or what that is. And then I use interactive brokers to buy I'm a very big options trader. So I like to buy and sell my options with using interactive brokers. Now, I want to share something with you here, okay? We're looking at what? We're looking at the hourly chart, and I've just squeezed my chart up as much as possible through here. Now, it looks quite messy, but I want you to look at the market as in waves, where the major high and major lows are, okay? So that's all I want you to do. So when we're looking at this, what do we have here? We have a major high, and where was the major low? There. Where was the major high? There. Where was the major low? There, okay? So you just want to identify it. There, major high, major low, major high, major low, okay? With me so far? And then the market started to pick up. Now, I want you to look at this as the market look, and I want you to look at this here, okay? Look at this. Whenever the market goes for a nice run like it did through here, and it went to the high point, notice these times through here, right? Notice this selling period through here, when the market made a high, notice how strong that move was. Notice how strong that move was, right? So we had a nice strong pullback and then a rally. But if we start to look at this level through here, notice how we've gotten more like a sideways pullback through here, okay? So just bear with me for a minute, okay? So the market runs up, and notice how when the market ran up and it ran back up towards this level up here, which was major resistance. Notice how it hit resistance, and then we had this very, very, very weak pullback, and then the market started to create this high low. It's the buyers came in here, right? Then I pick back up, and then we had this breakout bar through here. With me so far? So that breakout bar, what I'm trying to share with you here is, notice how the buyers were so much more eager to get in here. Bam, bam, right? They were so much more eager to come into here just as of that resistance, right? We hit the resistance once, twice, 3, 4 times, 5 times. And then on the 5th time it pulled back, you can see the buyers came in a lot stronger than they have in the past, right? And then not only that, but then it came up and then it broke up. This higher low through here, strong higher low, is an indication of buyers taking control. And on the flip side of that, what did we get out of that as well too? I'm just going to bring this up through here. What did we get? We got a very nice strong breakout candle, just like we did here as well too. Okay, so major higher low. So major higher low, major higher low. Buyers are kicking back in. All right, but also notice this as well too. Okay, notice how we actually had, this was the high. This has made actually slide higher, then it made a higher low. Buyers came in strongly. See that through there? So the buyers were showing you on a chart perspective, and this is why, guys, you can get so much from the market itself, so much from the chart itself. Notice how the buyers are coming in a lot stronger here. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because if I bring up my other charts through here, then I'm going to share with you a pattern that is very, very, very powerful. Now, if you join my super duper chart reading platinum class, it's $4,322.62. When you sign the agreement, you send me everything after the second decimal point. Okay? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just going to show you right now. Actually, I just showed you the pattern. There you go. But I'm going to share with you exactly why that's so powerful right now in the indices, and why I'm just sharing. I'm trying to share with you a visual example of what the market does generally when the buyers come in a lot eager when it's at that resistance level. All right? I'm getting excited right now. Doing this for 15 years, I just love trading. Okay, so what do we have through here? We have a low. Notice how this market ran up on the Dow Jones, and then it came back, and then we had this sort of high low through here. Then we ran back up. Look what's happening through here. What do we have? What is this through here? This is what? This is the resistance line. But notice how we're hitting it, and we come back down. Know how we're hitting it, and know how we're getting this. And see how we hit it here, hit resistance here, and then we had a what? We're getting a very weak pullback. It's not strong, is it? What is a strong pullback? A strong pullback is this, isn't it? What is this here? Notice how it's a very sort of just a bull flag type of pullback, right? What is that called? That's called weak sellers. Once again, let me bring this chart up through here. Look at this here. Notice how we got what? Look at this here. Weak sellers, and then we got a nice buying move once we actually broke the previous highs, right? So the reason why that is so important to you right now and reading the markets is because, guys, stop listening to this other bullshit out there and read the markets, okay? If the market holds where we are right now and then we get a push up, what is that saying where we are right now in the markets? What is that saying? That's saying what? The buyers are eager, right? The buyers are showing a lot of strength coming into here, more than they did back here. Why? Because the sellers actually got control of it and a lot deeper, even though it was still a higher low. This is a higher low. This is a higher low. Even though that was a higher low, notice how this higher low is a much more significant higher low. We had a deep pullback, then a run. And now we're getting a pullback, but it's a very, 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 very weak pullback. And the buyers are holding up. The sellers are struggling. The buyers are holding up. And if we get something like this, that's a very powerful sign that what? That something like this is likely to happen. It's actually almost the exact same pattern, right? Hit resistance, very weak pullback, and then we go for a nice move. Now, how far that move is, we don't know. I probably see a 29,000 Dow. But do you see how that works, right? Same for the S&P 500, right? Same. Very weak pullback. This is why the indices are possibly getting ready for a big run, right? Because the buyers are holding up where we are right now, okay? And anything can change tomorrow. Tomorrow, the next day, if we start to see some strong movement down, then obviously what I'm saying right now doesn't count, because we're reading the market as it is today, and then as the markets unfold. So you see that there, right? See how you notice, and if you look at the market as in like an analysis, okay? So if the market runs up, and then we say we have a 50, we have a 60% level, and the market comes back down and then bounces up. If the market holds if it only retraces 50 to 60% and then it continues up, that's pretty strong, right? We have a strong move. But what happens if the market rallies up, and we have a 50 to 60% retracement, and then we retrace all the way down and then rally back up? Which one would you say has stronger momentum? The one that actually retraces 50% and then continues up? Or the one that actually retraces almost down to past 50% and then continues up? Which one has stronger momentum? Well, obviously the 50%, right? Why? Because the buyers aren't, the sellers only could knock it down, and the buyers came in around 50% of the move. They came around that and then continued up. Notice how we actually had a lot of strong selling through here, and then the market continued up. But what happens if the market runs up through here? We have a 60% level, so 62%. We have a 50% level, and then we have, say, a 32% level. What happens if the market only can go weak through there and then continue up? So now we're talking what? Buyers are probably likely to come in a lot stronger here. So we still have to wait for what's likely to form here. But this is just a warning, right, of what may be forming. And if it forms like this, what could be happening? Because the buyers are holding up really strong through here. And if I look at, say, let's go look at the Nasdaq as well too. Okay, look at the Nasdaq as well too. If you guys remember, I drew this trend line. Let me bring up this chart through here. Right, if you guys remember, I actually drew this trend line yesterday. Look what actually came right down and bounced off that trend line today. So really interesting. Same for, and if I go to this chart here, because it's much easier to read, right? Same for the Russell 3000. What's happening? Notice how the buyers are starting to come in a lot stronger here. If it is create a little higher low through here, what do we have through here? We have resistance. We have resistance. This is now becoming a significant higher low through here. Or if it is going to become a significant high low, if the market does hold here, guess what? This now is much significant. Rally up. Strong pullback, rally up, weak pullback. If it breaks, this is the sign the buyers are coming in a lot strong. The market's giving us a warning that, hey, we could be getting ready for a big move. Same for, not as much for the transports. We're getting that, but then we also get. Let's go through to here. Where did that go? No, not that one. Where are you? All right, same for this one as well too, right? Look at this here. This is the Russell 2000. That's the Russell 3000 we just talked about a minute ago. Again, some small pullback. Russell 2000, what's happening here? If you look at the Russell 2000, we had what? We had almost a drop to the low. Then we had a strong pullback. Then we had a rally. Then we had a strong pullback. Now we had a rally. Now we're getting a pullback. Notice how the buyers could be coming in a lot stronger here. What happens if the market does this and then breaks out above this high here? Oh, winner, chicken dinner, right? Bing, 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 bong, 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 chingy, ching, 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 ching. Well, I wouldn't just trade that, by the way. I'm just reading the market as it is, right? There's a difference between reading the charts and seeing what's going on and actually trade the markets. Reading the charts is just getting a good gauge. Trading it is like you need to wait for your setup. Discipline, consistent discipline and patience. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of market update today, and I hope that you can see what's been happening through here. A quick little Bitcoin update, as I did promise. I just forgot about that. Quick little Bitcoin update. Bitcoin, is it a false breakout? I talked about this yesterday, but Bitcoin is pretty much doing nothing right now. So it'll be really interesting to see what actually happens here. Do we get back above this support line, or do we just continue down? Really, really, really interesting. Guys, I'd like to see what your thoughts are about the stock market and also silver and gold. But, silver and gold, the pullback has started, or the pullback, we're still getting a pullback today. Be interesting to see what actually happens next time, or what actually happens moving forward within all these markets I've talked about today.